Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now I've got some good news for those of you who like playing the lottery. It is getting close, well, it being Powerball is getting close to $1 billion. It's approaching its $1 billion mark, the 7th largest in history. The $930 million prize can be claimed tonight as either a $930 million annuity or $429 million in cash in a lump sum payment. Now, on Monday, a $100,000 win came from a $3 ticket bought through online play in Burlington and a $50,000 win from a $2 ticket at the Circle K in Fayetteville. Now, CEO Mark Michalko said, quote, "We love seeing players take home big prizes playing Powerball. Hopefully we will see a jackpot win here tonight," end quote. Now, according to a news release, the jackpot is the second largest Powerball prize this year, falling behind the $1.7 billion jackpot won on September 6 in Missouri and Texas. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are 1 in 292 million. Hopefully, someone in North Carolina gets lucky tonight. We also want to highlight other news out of Raleigh surrounding health care. Governor Stein has now canceled Medicaid rate cuts amid legal and legislative battles. Now, Stein and State Health and Human Services Secretary Dev Sangvi said at a Wednesday news conference that the state agency would restore reimbursement rates for doctors, hospitals, and other medical providers of Medicaid services, which otherwise generally had been cut by 3% or 10% starting October 1st. Now, the governor had said the reductions, while unsettling for some Medicaid patients and providers, were needed to deal with a funding shortfall for Medicaid, which serves more than 3 million people in the 9th largest state. The shortfall is not directly related to President Donald Trump's new law, which in part cuts Medicaid nationwide. North Carolina, like other states, is carefully monitoring program spending in case of possible future financial demands because of it. Now, legal challenges to the North Carolina reductions resulting recently in judicial rulings demanding some rates return to pre-October levels made maintaining the reductions untenable. Now, the first-year governor said the reductions were unavoidable because a stopgap spending measure the legislature approved in the summer fell $319 million short of what was needed to address population changes and rising health care costs. For more on this story, you can head over to our website, WITN.com. And now for a look at your forecast. It's been a mostly sunny day so far. I don't want to discount some of the clouds that have kind of passed on by, but we're looking at a little bit more cloud cover late tonight into the early hours of tomorrow morning as a cold front is going to be rolling across eastern North Carolina. It will be a dry cold front, but it will be dropping our air temperatures, going from the mid-50s today down into most likely the mid to upper 40s coming up for tomorrow. Here's a look at your visible satellite, and again, most of eastern North Carolina looking at sunny skies. Now, of course, you can see the clouds fading away as we lose our sunlight. Do note again that the clouds further back towards the west across the mountains will be moving over the east later on this evening. But here's a look at what we've got down at ground level. That sun is setting slowly in Morehead City. Sanitary Restaurant showing 55-degree air temperatures, southwesterly wind at 22 miles an hour. It's been a breezy day across the east, but that wind has really brought about more heat. We've seen air temperatures rise between around 10 to 15 degrees compared to where we were yesterday. Right now in Greenville, looking at 55 degrees as well. South-southwesterly winds a little bit lighter for inland areas, but still noticeable as you step outside. Greenville currently seeing an 11-mile-per-hour south-southwesterly wind. Our current air temperatures, again, generally in the low to mid-50s. Most of us in the mid-50s, between around 53 to about 56 degrees. There are some cooler spots out there, but when compared to where we were yesterday, everyone, A, is warmer, but B, everyone is looking at almost a 10-degree rise. Well, really, we'll call it a 9-degree rise or higher compared to yesterday's temperatures at this time. So if the cold weather's got you down, hopefully today made you smile because we're going to be getting cold again coming up tomorrow. The winds out of the south-southwest today will be shifting and coming in more out of the northwest by tomorrow. That will bring in colder air and it will knock our air temperatures down significantly. Here's a look at that cloud cover that's going to be moving in later on this evening, holding our air temperatures again in the 40s overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Some areas could dip into the upper 30s, particularly inland areas west of Highway 17. But air temperatures tomorrow really not going to be getting all that warm despite the sunshine we are going to see. Going to be a very sunny day tomorrow. However, a northwesterly wind will keep those temps from getting too toasty. Mid to upper 40s planned for tomorrow afternoon. Here's a zoomed out look of exactly what is on the way. Cold front further back towards the west will again work its way across eastern North Carolina. You can see that across Missouri and southern Illinois. That whole frontal system, again, no rain showers with it. It will lose its moisture as it moves over the mountains. But then again, cold air rushes in. The area of high pressure you're seeing across the Gulf will help reinforce that cold air briefly, but as that high moves off the coast of Georgia and Florida, it will encourage more of a southwesterly wind. So initially it's going to be a cooling factor, but once it moves off the coast, it will start to warm us up. And then, well, of course, on Sunday, we lose out on that warm air, and the cold front you're seeing back across South Dakota and Nebraska, that'll be moving across eastern North Carolina, giving us another opportunity for maybe a few raindrops, but more so knocking air temperatures back down again from their perch in the low 60s on Saturday to the upper 40s by Sunday, mid 30s as we head through next Monday. Temperature roller coaster, take a snapshot. There it is. Classic eastern North Carolina weather, especially this time of year. Very little rain, though. We could certainly use a few more drops out of the forecast. Coming up next week, hopefully we do get a better opportunity for rain. Right now, there's a chance on Thursday and Friday, but nothing we want to fully commit to, at least at this point. Well, that's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back coming up tomorrow morning at 7:10 a.m. with Jim and Gigi. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.